Hey, it's Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar, your home for vintage Lego. I don't know if this exactly qualifies as vintage. I'll call it vintage, but it's not terribly old, but it is much more in demand now, especially since Lego came out with the new Lego Ideas Blacksmith Shop, which we did an actual video talking about it earlier this year. That's the Lego Ideas one. And this is the Daniel Siskind one that came out, I think, in 2003. I don't have the actual instruction manual. So if you've been following the channel, the last, what is this? It's April. So the last almost 4 months, I've been gradually acquiring the parts as I would place Bricklink orders. If some of the parts that I haven't found in my own collection weren't, if I hadn't found them, I would, in the store that I was buying from, had them, I would buy them. So I got some of the parts from my own inventory, some from my own random drawers as I would find them, and then some things I knew I probably didn't have, I would have to buy, but I got it now. So this is getting hard to find, this castle. So that you're looking at the inside of it. That's the outside when it's fully expanded. I'll get some better shots of this thing, but we'll put it together. So it actually is a nice comparison to the current Lego Ideas one that you can buy now. I think I did own this back in the early days, but I sold it when I sold a lot of my castle stuff, and I never built it. So I think this is the first time I've actually built it. I can't remember everything I've built. So yeah, we'll show you a little closer things of it. I did thoroughly enjoy building it. It's not the same as modern stuff, but building a Lego set. It's so relaxing sometimes, even when you have things that frustrate you with. And so I used the online instructions. I went to brickfactory.info to get the instructions because that's the only thing I didn't get was the instruction. Oh, I didn't get the box either. I don't want to pay $60 plus shipping from somebody in Europe for the instructions, so that's why I didn't get the instructions. I'm looking to still get them, but I'm hoping to get them for $30. I doubt it will happen. Nobody on eBay has them for sale individually as the instructions, and there are only 2 people on Bricklinked currently that have them. I should have been looking for this when I first got wind of the Blacksmith Shop, because when you go into Bricklinked and you look at the Blacksmith Shop, there's very few of them. I mean, from the time when I started piecing this together, there were several of them still available for Bricklinked, around $200. Those are all gone pretty much. There's not many in that price range. It's usually more. And on eBay, they go up for a sealed one close to $400 or $500. It's a lot cheaper to piece it together. And I'm sorry I didn't keep a running tab of how much it cost me. It wasn't that much. It wasn't $200. I can tell you that. It was a lot less than that. I think the most expensive things were the minifigures and the doors, perhaps. But anyway, before we get to looking at it just a little bit closer, I want to mention a couple of things. One, I'm wearing a Cassville t-shirt. So this is another Brick Builders Club. It's the dragon, the green dragon, in a green shirt. And so, yeah, this Brick Builders Club, I know I mentioned that a lot, but it was a loot box that only lasted for about 2 years, a little over about 2.5 years. We did get every single box, though, because they sent them to us. And then the other thing is I got a question. There was actually a video, so I don't have a little thing to show you, but I'm going to, if I remember, I'll put a link to, wait a minute. If I'm looking at you, that means I'm turned around like this. So if I'm like this, so the video, wait a minute. I don't know where it is. Boy, this is very confusing. I think it would be up here. But anyway, I'll put a link to Mayo Hosko, who asked a question. All right, so he asked, because he's asked a lot of back questions. That's BrickTsar Answer Thingy question. And I have answered some of them. Just there's tons of them I haven't answered, and some of them are video specific, which I actually kind of like that, because it's like he's asking about an old video. Question, or he was watching an old video and it made him think of a question, so he leaves that question. And by using the hashtag BAT, it makes it easier. That's the only reason we do that. So if I'm doing a video that I'm looking for those questions, BrickTsar answer thingy questions, I can find them easily with the hashtag. So he asked in his video, though, would I do a video featuring only his questions? Well, that's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm only going to feature your questions. No, I know what you mean. So he does have enough that I could make several videos of it. But I'll tell you this, Mayo, I'm just talking to Mayo now. I'm not talking to any of you other people. The reason I don't answer a lot of them is because of my format. I haven't done a specific BrickTsar answer thingy video much this year. I think I've done one or two that I answered several questions, but most of them it's just one or two, maybe three. So, and I'm trying to mix it up where I'm either getting different people or getting ones that stood out to me or related to something that I was talking about. You've asked a lot of good questions though, Mayo. So could do that. Especially if I have time to sit down and maybe do the video, save all those questions. So don't give up. And if you've asked a question and I've not, okay, now I'm talking to other people. So Mayo, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to that guy over there and you over there. Yeah. What are you doing? I'm sorry, I got distracted by what somebody was doing over there. That'll mean something to somebody. So, yeah, I apologize if I haven't answered a question that you really wanted me to answer. So don't be afraid to ask it again. I won't get upset if you ask it again, and I do want to answer as many questions as possible, and I do think I should at some point make it like a regular thing, like one video a week or every couple of weeks be specifically for answering questions. There was a time there wasn't a lot of questions, or I just didn't have time to do it. There's plenty of questions. Y'all have asked so many questions and I've gotten so many good comments, so it's a blessing and a curse. So just want to explain that. Not trying to avoid anybody and their questions, but Mayo has asked a lot of them that definitely could be a whole video. All right, so let's look at this Blacksmith Shop. So I was looking, according to Bricklinked, I think this set came out in 2002. Again, it was designed by Daniel Siskind, and the reason I'm doing this video right now, though, I actually was waiting on one more part, but I went and stole that part from my fire brigade that I had taken apart. So I still need to get the part to go in the fire brigade. But there was a 6x12 plate, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's not it. There's a 6x12 plate somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's up here. No, that's not it. There it is. This is the 6x12 plate. So it needs that 6x12 plate. So I stole it from my fire brigade. So it's like a brand new looking piece there. And I got a couple of those on the way. I looked all through the basement the previous day looking for the 6x12. I've been looking for. I said, how do I not have a 6x12 plate down here? It actually didn't come in a ton of sets, and nothing that's. Most of the sets that have it right now that are currently available are very expensive. So anyway, the reason I'm saying all this is because the designer of this, Daniel Siskind, who owns a company called Brickmania, perhaps you've heard of it. They make a lot of custom builds that use a combination of genuine Lego parts and the custom parts that Lego doesn't make, whether it be weapons or whatever, stickers, or I'm not sure. I've never bought directly from them, but they make some very detailed mocks that they sell that are very popular when people buy them. And it inspired me to make this video today because he placed an order in my store again. So they're prolific buyers, because when they buy those parts for their things that they're going to sell, they need, they source them from Bricklinked, which can be very time consuming and very expensive. And so Brickmania has bought from me several times. And I'm not sure, it's probably not actually Daniel, it's probably one of his people running the store, but yeah, I said, since he bought from my store, I was going to do a video about the thing that he built, so that's what we're doing. So I think you've seen everything that's on the inside here, right, by now? Okay. No, so down here we got some of the weapons, a light. That thing right there falls out sometimes if you shake it around. So these are all old gray, so this dark gray, light gray, dark gray. I feel like there should have been something here, I don't know, over this tile. I kept thinking I built something wrong, but we got the fire that goes all the way up, so they can get a little warmth up here. So when you close it, that's why this is open, I think. You might be looking at it, like, why didn't they put a wall there? But I think it's kind of like the chimney, because then it goes up to the chimney. So I think that was a pretty good design. And down here we got the little area where the blacksmith can hammer. Is that the anvil? Touched by an anvil. We got a spider on the wall. And we got the bugle. That was one of the more obscure parts. It's not extremely rare, but it's not common, like so common. Oh no, somebody knocked the beer keg over. Mr. Big Mustache, you knocked the beer keg over. Hold on, let me get that thing back in there. So that's our blacksmith. He's mad at me. Alright, so I put the beer keg back. The most important part of the blacksmith shop. Man, I need to clean that plate. It's amazing. When I film things, sometimes I see on the camera things that I need to work on. And there's a little table. So this is like their kitchen area. And over here we have the bearded lady. Actually, this the blacksmith's wife. Hi, honey. Wait, hi, honey. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. She's got a nice figure, but she's got sideburns. So she's got that going for her. So here's her bed. I guess they can share it, since they're married. But yeah, there's a bat. It's not Batman. And then up here is the treasure. And in the treasure is your usual gold coins. No point in showing them. But yeah, that's pretty neat interior in such a small space. And then if you close it, which I'm trying to do, boom, it looks pretty neat. So this little window opens here. You can close shop, like, we're open for business. Bring your stuff and let me fix it. And then we got the door here. Got a little hammer there. Another window where you can take orders or whatever. Or cool it off. We got the window up there. And then the blue roof. I like the pattern with the white and the black. I hope I built it right. Somebody let me know if you see any errors. I did make an error while I was building it and had to go back down a few steps. I used a 1x1 white piece where I should have used the black one, so I ended up having to take it apart. But I think I got it right now. I just knocked over the blacksmith. You're being robbed. So here's a little size comparison. Obviously this one's much bigger than Daniel's, but this one's much bigger than the one I didn't get out to show you that I've reviewed 2 or 3 times on the channel. So there's a video of the blacksmith shop, the original one that I had, and then there's another one that came out about the same time as this one, maybe a little bit after. This is a small one as well. So blue roof. I think using the old, so these are actually more vintage 2x3s that are kind of faded, actually gives it that rough look like this one, I think. I don't know if it shows up on camera well, but that's why I didn't mind or worry about the all the blue roof pieces being new. Pretty good little set. Pretty hard to find now. But enough parts that are common enough that you can piece it together without having to worry about paying $400 or $500 for it. They can kiss it to hold it together. So that is set 37. Did I say the number? 3739 Blacksmith Shop from 2002. A fan-designed Lego set, and the guy who designed it is still in the community with a very successful third-party company. So pretty neat. I'm glad I built it. And again, don't rush out and pay $400 or $500 for this unless you just really want to get one sealed. You can use online instructions, and you can go to Bricklinked to source the parts, check to see if you got them in your collection. I know the old grays would be kind of hard to get. If you wanted to, you could probably substitute some of the grays with the modern equivalents, with light bluish gray if you wanted to do that. But nice little set. I'm glad I built it. I had fun building that on the kitchen or the dining room table. And anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. I'll be back tomorrow in a different shirt, and we'll see you then.